What are y'all doing? Let's finish my makeup and talk about what's going on here. Things we were liking, things we didn't enjoy. One thing I did enjoy kind of blew me away. This is what I have on. I have on these little Revlon cream shadows. These are just exceptional. The only exception that I do have is I have a little bit of a cream colored matte eyeshadow on my lid, but everything else is these little pots. And then I laid down, I used chocolate and espresso, and then I used the one that we used on Monday. I'm gonna show it to you. This one, that's what's on my eyes. So these have absolutely blown me away. Revlon, we would like to apologize. We love these. We forgot about them. So all I have on my face right now is some Natasha Denona concealer in the shade R5. I have that on just underneath my eyes, and then just a little bit on my cheeks. And I was just working that in with the C42, and then I already worked it in with the C32 around my eyes. I'm gonna soften that. Take it in there. It looks a little harsh. Nice. Now we're going to move on to other products that I've been enjoying. These bronzers are so good. Now I want you to realize how I'm about to apply it. I have no powder on my face, but I feel that this is such an incredible formula that it's a very wet powder. So applying it the way we're about to, right on top of wet concealer or foundation, really brings out its full potential. And I believe this is the lightest shade or the next to lightest. The shade is Buttercup, but applying them on top of your wet foundation. I know it sounds very scary, but the way that this formula applies on top of wet foundation is just on another level. It is the most airbrushed application that I've been able to get so far with a powder bronzer. And it's just exceptional, and the colors are exceptional, and the range is exceptional. I have just truly fallen in love with these, and I think that you'll love them too, and they're very affordable, so that's wonderful. And then I'm gonna do one of my Crazy Beauty blushes. This is the shade Pink Apricot. I love this one with bronzer because I feel that it is the blush right before bronzer. Does that make sense? It has kind of a bronzer property to it, but it still gives us a blush. It gives a rosy glow instead of that kind of tawny bronze. But it transitions into bronzer so beautifully. And I'm applying the smallest amount. This could get wildly pigmented. Now at this stage, remember, we don't really have true powder on our face, so we can go in and melt everything together even more. We can even clean up underneath there. And you just get the most melty application this way. And I also find this something that I do when I'm in a hurry. This is the technique that I've been doing. When I was traveling a lot, I was doing this. Makes a difference. Now I'm gonna take a powder puff and my Givenchy powder. Look at how airbrushed that looks. So good, so fast. Press that in. I'm not gonna set the bronzer since I'm balanced to dry. I don't really have to because it was a powder. Just setting the center here. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of that cream eyeshadow from Revlon, shade Chocolate. Oh wait, no. Yes, no, Espresso. I had it labeled correctly always. I'm just gonna take that underneath there. I'm not gonna have to set these dry down. You know what? I remember trying these. I'm gonna brag on the brushes for a second. I remember trying these a long time ago, and I didn't like them as much as I do now, and I know what the difference is. There's only one thing. Obviously, I've grown, but it doesn't take a lot of experience to know how to put on a thin layer of cream shadow, and the difference is the brushes. I feel like if you have a skin tone close to mine, this is such a pretty contour shade for the eyes. Threw it away. I wonder how this would look on the skin. We'll have to do that one day because that's a pretty good contour shade. Stay tuned. Then I'm gonna do Rosy Brown, Kiko Milano. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit more though. And I'm gonna do one of my new favorite lip products. And then we're gonna talk more. I just thought we'd finish this together. All right, these are exceptional. If you want long-lasting, glossy fill, I will say, yes, it feels heavier than a lip oil, but y'all never saw me squawking about the Dior lip oils. I didn't think that they lasted long enough. I thought that was a lot to pay for something that was just a lip oil. But if you want something that's actually going to last, and they have so many beautiful shades. In fact, I think we should swatch the rest, but this one is my favorite. I'm going to put it on right now. This is the Dewy Plump from Give, and it is exceptional, and it is actually comfortable, but it stays on your lips. I don't have to reapply it for 5 hours, and that is wild for something this glossy. Wild. They're so good. It also doesn't drip. It doesn't go into lines. It just stays so pretty and luscious, and it looks like a MAC 90s gloss, but does not feel like a MAC 90s gloss. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Really quickly, let's just swatch. I'm just going to swatch all the colors. I'll just swatch them on my hand, and I'll walk you through what they are. If I could get whatever this is off of my hand. Where's my micellar water? Where's my super suit? I literally say that every single day. I hope y'all get that reference. Even though I don't have a super suit. So this is the shade Marigolds. But I think instead of walking, no, I'll walk you through. We're just hanging out. I'm not in a hurry. That's Marigolds. And see how pigmented they are? So good. And then here's Hibiscus, the one I have on. Here's that without a lip liner. Like, there's some pigment there. That's what I like about them. They're so good. This one's really pretty. This one has a really pretty brightening effect. This one is Purple Irises. That's her recent song. Gwen Stefani. Look at how pretty that is. I love them. And then there's the shade Bouquet, which is also one of my favorites when I want to do kind of a pinky nude. This is one I was thinking of. It wasn't Purple Irises. It was this one. This one's my fave. I like Purple Irises, but Peony is like deliciously blue, bright. Oh, I just love it so much. And then last but not least, I feel like this is the color that would go viral. It's very much a black honey kind of vibe because it's this kind of blue purple, and I feel it flatters so many different skin tones. So I feel that if you are thinking about maybe checking one out, I would either swatch this one. This one's the most universal, or the one that I have on. I love. And because I love y'all so much, I haven't tried this, so let's not get in a tiz. We don't get in a tiz here. You know what I'm saying. But I did swatch this earlier, and it was worth showing all of you. So this is from Armani, and this is one of their, is it enhancer? What do they call these? Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer. Okay, but why I'm showing you this one is there's a really nice kind of intense pink sheen to this as it dries down, and it completely dries down. I'm going to let it dry down so you can really see what it looks like. But this has me intrigued. I'm excited to find some ways to use this. It is a very, they're more subdued, but I will say once it dried down, it had an intense sheen. You'll see in just a second. But I'm curious on how we would actually use that. So stay tuned. There you go. So it does intensify once it dries, which I thought was really fun. But it does seem very delicate, so I feel that we would almost not, I feel that if I mix it with foundation, it's gonna get lost. And then I feel that if I try to put foundation around it, it could get lost. I feel like it's a no makeup situation. I don't know, I'm still determining, but I do think that that's pretty. I feel like it's not as intense as some of the really intense pink highlighters, so it has that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's also not textury at all. But I guess that's what I do. I find ways to use stuff. So there is something that I decided I just don't care for, and I just feel like it's just too expensive for what it is, and it was the Hourglass powder. I don't ever reach for it. It's just nah. Not for how much it was. There are different colors in it, but I feel that it is so translucent that I don't. If you already have it and you're loving it, obviously that's wonderful. But because it's so spicy priced, I don't want you to lay in bed at night and go, wow, if I just had that Hourglass powder. It's not revolutionary in any way, and it's just not the one for me. But you know what I didn't used to love from Hourglass, but I have 2 shades now and use it quite often when I'm wanting a more full glam? This concealer. So what I think I like about it now is, I'm sorry, I know it's annoying, I try not to be that person, but I think I wasn't using the right brush. And I think that this brush here, the C32, with this concealer is delightful. Now, you have to be wanting a heavier glam. I hate the word heavy because then that feels like it's like heavy. No, just more glamity glam. That's what we'll say, because nothing about this is heavy. And I think what I didn't like is I wasn't using this brush. The way that this brush just works it across the skin so evenly, but keeps the pigment delightful. So I love this concealer, but with this brush, and this is coming back soon, so stay tuned. And I'm gonna give you all a little hair update. I cannot live my life. I use this once a week. It keeps my hair, and listen though, I don't use dry shampoo on my hair, but I do use some kind of like hair oils and blowout, what is that stuff? Like a lotion. I use a blowout lotion from Orbe, and I'm not really loyal to that, or I would go get that, but this I swear makes my hair so bouncy. It helps my layers lay better. It just does everything I want it to do, but I do only use it once a week. I don't use it, but that's how often I wash my hair. Y'all ain't gonna judge me, are you? My hair, I have a different hair type. My hair doesn't really get greasy, but it does have a lot of buildup sometimes from the other products, so I highly recommend. And something else that I have found myself reaching for every single day before I do my brows. So while I do my brows, I leave these on, and I try to leave them on for as long as possible, at least 30 minutes. But I honestly do see a difference in my fine lines. I see a difference in how my concealer is laying after. So I'll even do my skincare. I'm doing the Elemis, I'm doing all that, but then I just top it with this and let that cook. And I see a difference. I love it. I love these so much. I've been using them, and I've used them for long enough now. I don't even think 2 or 3 months. I feel like they are really making a difference. And I don't talk about things that are spicy priced like this unless I am actually seeing that they are making a difference. But y'all, these under eyes are not getting any younger, but they look good. Now, never feel pressured. That's not what these are for. But I do feel very passionate about products that I love, and I get excited because I love when I see things work. Because remember, I'll be 36 this year. I don't have any fillers. I've never had fillers. I don't have any Botox. I have nothing. So it's really nice when I do see a difference in these things. I mean, when I use things like this is what I'm saying. But y'all always ask me about skincare. I don't like to talk about skincare as much because I know it can get very spicy priced. So it's something that I try but then sometimes I see such a difference I have to tell you. Now, these are colors that you might already have in your collection, but I do love the formula and I love the wand, and I think these are limited edition. These Fenty liners are delightful. They're so pretty. Let me get the video. I like this shade, but this shade is just sassy. Okay, it is summertime sassy, wears like a dream, and it really made me excited. I really loved it. You know what? I think next week I'm going to challenge myself to use as much new makeup as possible. I feel like I've not been trying as much new stuff, and I'm going to change that. At least that's what it feels like to me. It could not feel like that to you. But then I don't like everything always being new, because then I feel like that's just all about hype, and I try my best to stay focused on technique, because when we focus on technique, we can use what we already have and we're not wasting things and just buy, because that's not what I want you to do. But then I need to try more new things. I don't know. Oh, I will say I have been reaching for this. I'm trying to think of the new foundations that I've been using. I like this a lot. I do wish, still recovering. I do wish this was just a hair cooler. Fenty still runs warm, yellow, peach, not pink. So I do have to fix it a little bit, but other than that, the formula is fantastic. Okay, I do have one more product that I am still trying to figure out. I have bought 3 shades of the Tier foundation. I like the formula. It gives a blurry blur, and once it dries, it does not move. That being said, I cannot find my shade to save my life. I have tried. I bought 3 shades. The other one was way too light. I gave that one away to a friend. But these are just, I've got one that's still too light and too warm. We already know that here. And then I bought another one, and I got them on Amazon, and I was like, oh, well, this one, it looks okay on the site, way too dark. So I'm still in the process of that. And I also want to let you know that it smells, I like the way it smells, but it has almost a lemony smell to it, but it does have a scent. It's interesting. So I'm still on an adventure with the Tier foundation. I think that's everything today. So stay tuned for this saga. This is fun. We're having fun. Actually, if I mix them, they're pretty good, but I don't need to be having everybody buying 2 foundations, because we don't have to live like that. All right. I love you all so much. I'm not sure I'm going to post tonight, but I'm always here. You could just shoot the little DM. I will chat with you. Let's see what else. I think that's everything. Tomorrow, if you want, I have some more meetings tomorrow. I had meetings today too, but I can try to recreate this eye look for y'all, because y'all really seem to like it. So I love you so much, and I'll see you.